Alright, so the third section now we're going to talk about is the battle system in Final Fantasy 13 and how the paradigm system
Plays
works.
into it.
Yeah, how you have to use the paradigm system.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you want to do it.
I'm quite liking the battle system
Yeah, I'm
in
loving
Final
it.
Fantasy.
Love
It
it.
starts off slow, granted,
Mm.
but it really builds up.
Yeah. It
And
opens up a
It
lot.
opens up a lot and it becomes very addictive and satisfying at the same time.
Yeah.
The way it is, as I understand, I haven't played too many of the previous Final Fantasies, but
Right.
it's different, as in the paradigms system has never been used before. This is the first time it's been seen. Am I right?
Yeah.
The paradigm system itself is a very important aspect of the battle system. It can literally win you battles just by chopping and changing paradigm systems, like, you know, on the fly.
Exactly.
After every set of moves you do, change your paradigm, and it can really, you know, change the shape of a battle. I found that leveling up every class, so to speak, you know, the Sentinel, Commander, Ravager, Saboteur, Synergist, and Medic, can really help, you know, overall in each battle, because there will be different times where you need to use different classes.
Yeah, and just to let everyone know, that's what the paradigm system does. So, for example, the game isn't where, you know, Lightning, for example, one of the characters, in the beginning of the entire game, you say, okay, I want Lightning to be a commander. What happens is the game allows you to have all of them available. So Lightning could have Commander, Ravager, and Medic, for example, or Synergist. And what these paradigm shifts do is that the default is called slash and burn. So that's basically a Commando and a Ravager, for example. Then, if you during the battle, depending on who you're fighting, if you're fighting someone who is very weak against magic, you
want to use more Ravagers.
Yeah, so you press the L1 button, and then the options come up, the different types of paradigm options, and from there you choose, say, dual casting, which means both of the characters will cast magic. And then let's just say there's two enemies, one who is weak against magic and one who is weak against physical attacks. Then once you've won from dual caster, paradigm, and once you've taken out that enemy quicker, you quickly change back to slash and burn, or anything else that you have created, which is powerful in physical attacks. Then you use that on the next person. And then you have all these mixtures of one person's a commander and this person constantly just barrage, takes out all these.
Then you have the more defensive classes, Medic and Sentinel.
Yeah, and then they concentrate on healing you and your party.
Healing you, and that's the Medic, and the Sentinel is more of like guarding you and taking damage for the rest of your team, stuff like that.
Yeah, so basically he provokes the people, the enemies, and then the other person just keeps hitting them while he keeps sucking the energy up.
Then we have the Saboteur and the Synergist. Saboteur's more of the
he breaks down the enemy.
Kind of breaking down, making them less stronger.
Yeah, so he deactivates shell, decreases defense,
decreases their physical power, magical power. And then the Synergist, it basically powers up your
side. So it strengthens your. So he'll add shell, add defense, add +5 strength, and all this.
Make your thunder power stronger and stuff like that.
The battle system is, I think it's quite unique. It's basically on the screen you have these small sections. You start off with 3
ATB gauges, they're called.
Yeah, you start with 2 or 3.
2, I believe.
Yeah, you start off with 2, and then as the story progresses, you get 3, and then you get 4
and 5 as well.
Is there 5? Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, so basically what happens is this bar from the left to right, it constantly keeps increasing. It keeps filling up. Once it's filled up, it stays there until you have told your character to do a certain attack.
So you can carry out 5 attacks if they're worth 1 ATB gauge each, and you have 5 ATB gauge.
Exactly. So a normal attack is worth 1 ATB gauge. Something like Blitz is worth 2. So if you have 4 maximum, you can have 2 Blitz, and that will be acted out. Or you can have
1 Blitz and 2 single attacks.
Yeah, or you can have 4 single attacks, or 3 single attacks,
so you can
and 1 magic. So basically, it's all about mixing up, and again, depending on your enemy, what they're weak against and what they're strong against.
Also, there's a sort of a quick attack function within the battle system. So
auto battle, you mean?
There's auto battle, and also say you have a 4 ATB gauge for your character.
Oh, you can use 2.
And you, I don't know, you put in 4 attacks, 4 single attacks. While the ATB gauge is charging, if you quickly want to use the 2 ATB gauges that are charged, you can press triangle and it will just use them. I found this quite helpful in certain battles, because some enemies, when you hit them, it stops them from attacking you.
Right.
So it's sort of a defense mechanism.
Also for curing your party. If your party is very, very low and you need to give someone a potion, and you know that you're halfway and this person only needs 1 cure, for example, and you can't wait until it goes right to the end. If you press triangle, it will use a cure straight away, or give that person enough energy to last 1 more turn. Then you can put more on. Whereas if you waited all those 4 turns, the enemy could have killed them, and that's it. Then you'd have to use a phoenix down to revive them or whatever. And also, the auto battle system, basically it plays it out for you. So once you click that,
it usually makes the best decision.
Yeah, the game.
For your party.
So it chooses the best attacks for that enemy. What that does is it allows you to concentrate more on strategy. So with the paradigm shifts, and always keeping an eye on the stagger bar, which we haven't spoken about yet, which I just remembered. The stagger bar, basically, the longer you hit someone, it's
like chaining commands in a way to stagger
stun them, basically.
Yeah, to stun them.
Yeah,
let's just say that.
Yeah, and then once you've stunned them, every other hit you do after that
is more powerful.
It's about 2 or 3 times more powerful. So, and that stun gauge or stagger gauge keeps going down, and once it goes down,
they're back to normal.
Yeah, they're back to normal again. So obviously for bosses it helps a lot.
Also, it's also noticeable that some enemies can still attack you while they're in the stagger state.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Some can't.
That. But it's not as much as they normally do if they're not staggered.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the battle system is not simple. It's not the kind of thing it just holds your hand all the way through, even though it looks like it.
You have to be quite quick.
Yeah,
I've noticed it's not just you just pick a set of moves and you just watch it happen.
Yeah, exactly. Because
while the moves are happening, you can still
even
plan for your next moment.
Even today, I literally blinked. I was meant to get the potions. I think I blinked for a couple of seconds and I died. And I realised I died because I didn't paradigm shift to one called War and War and Peace, meaning War meaning one person is a commander and Peace meaning one person is a medic. Because if I did change it to that, the medic could have helped me, and then I could have killed this person who had
that
literally
split second can save you.
So so it's in terms of how deep it is, it's very, very deep. And also quickly, the way the battle pans out, you can use the camera to turn around 360, and the characters, you don't control the movement. It's just done in a natural way.
Yeah, it just plays out for you. You just choose their moves.
Yeah,
their movement plays out sort of by itself.
Yeah, so it's kind of giving you the illusion of that you're actually walking around this 3D space, but really you're not. They're better off just standing there. But it's just for flair and this kind of style that Final Fantasy.
Also,
13
last but not least, touching upon the Eidolon summons or Guardian Forces, as a lot of people call them.
Yeah, from obviously the previous games.
Each character is able to unlock an Eidolon.
But it's part of the story as well.
Yeah, so it's part of the story, so you basically unlock them at different points in the game.
Yeah.
I've so far unlocked 5.
Yeah, I've only unlocked 2.
You've unlocked 2, have you? Yeah. And they're quite tough to...
Yeah, they're quite tough to take down, aren't they?
And they have a lot of different ways in which you can impress them, so to speak. Because basically the focus is to impress them in a way so that you can sort of take charge of them.
Yeah, so you're
not literally killing them. You're basically impressing.
You're trying to prove to them that you're worthy of their service, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, Eidolons are quite useful as well. They're kind of, there's 2 modes. Once you summon Eidolon, everyone else in your party disappears except for you and your Eidolon. You play your battle out as you normally do with auto battle or whatever you choose, and then you got this Eidolon who's automatically controlled. He or she is doing all these powerful attacks against,
just like your party members would do.
Exactly, but they're like 4 or 5 times more damage. And then if you press the square button, it's called Gestalt mode, where you
Your
take
character
control of the
turns
icon.
into a transformer. And
Yeah, like turns into
really
a horse or a bike, or they're really like ridiculous things, but they look so good. And then they have these special
special attacks.
Yeah,
I found the controls in this Gestalt mode a bit weird. I don't know.
Yeah, same
It's like a timer sort of controller thing.
Yeah, it's
Did you
not.
notice that?
Yeah, it's not as smooth as the main character's battle system, but they do a lot of damage. If the boss encounter is right toward the end, and you know you're
That's
gonna
when
die,
I use Gestalt mode.
you just use Gestalt mode and it will destroy the person, the enemy. So yeah, I think we touched on everything we needed to in the battle system.
Yep.
Alright, so
Next section.
Yep.